Action.
Hello, good day, and welcome to Tech Rounds on Tech Build Africa. My name is Emmanuel Michael Amogu, and I will be your cheerful host for this session. And of course, I will not be doing justice to this topic alone. We have a wonderful personality in the studio that will be joining this conversation, and we're set to discuss the educational system in our continent, especially when it got to do with the convergence of technology and education itself. If you're looking at the history, you would see that we have transitioned and we have remodeled the educational system from when we had the inclusion of technology in the process. And we can say that yes, it's been a good inclusion and it's been going on so fine. So that is what we are set to discuss today: reimagining education. How would education be in 10 years time, in 5 years time? Okay, what is tech going to bring so differently? What are we going to do so differently than what we're doing now? If you look at decades backwards, you will see that it's not the same thing that we have today that we are having happening now. Online education, online global learning communities, and platforms, IoTs. I mean, these stuffs are a lot, but they have made education what it is today. And yes, I will be having this discussion with Nwanneka Cynthia, who is with me in the studio. You can see the pretty lady in the studio. So, Cynthia is a dedicated professional, okay, and she's into the educational technology, what we know as edtech innovation. And yes, and she's doing a massive work at HESED Learning. Yeah, and she's the product owner, the senior manager of HESED Learning. So hi, Cynthia, good to have you in the
Hi,
studio today.
Emmanuel. I'm so happy to be here, to be with like minds like you. I've been watching what you've been doing regards, putting information about technology out there, and it's quite commendable. So thank you for having me here, Emmanuel.
Yeah, thank you for your kind words. It's good when innovation recognizes innovation. Yeah, I mean, we have no choice than to keep pushing the innovative stories of
Yeah,
Africans,
yeah,
especially in this continent. I see that there's a lot of potential, and we can't even do less than to promote and keep promoting. Okay,
yeah.
so we will just go into the conversation. I hope you're ready for this conversation.
I'm excited.
Okay, okay. So before we go right in, is do you want to give us more insights to your personalities, Waneka?
Oh, okay. That's a question I wasn't envisaging. I don't know why I wasn't envisaging that.
It's here.
Well, I actually wasn't. My personality, I guess, I would say that I am a go-getter.
Okay.
I love to have a goal and achieve it. That is where I get my dopamine influx from, being able to set out to do something, do it, and then being able to celebrate that particular win. So I think that is a very strong cornerstone of my personality as a person. And what else? I'm very empathetic. And as a salesperson, you have to be empathetic because
Yeah.
that's what I do. I sell ideas to people. I'm able to tell you that, okay, this is something that you would need in your organization at this point in time to make it better. And to be able to do that, you have to be a good listener. That's something I've noticed a lot of salespeople don't really understand. They don't know. They feel sales is about talking. I can talk.
I
I'm
can
good
do
at
sales.
talking, so I can do sales. You understand? But it's really just about listening and empathizing. So those are things I had to learn: listening, being able to listen, and not just to hear, but to actually listen. What are they saying? What are the challenges that they are having that they are not saying out loud, but they are putting it in their words. So you need to be able to understand all this. And then when you understand, you need to be able to empathize with them. Oh, okay, this is a small organization. They can't afford the highest tier of your product. So what do you do with, they need it. You're able to figure out ways for them, either be it by giving them a discount, or hooking them up to something that you feel that is more their speed and will be able to help them solve that problem.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. And I sell ideas.
I can
Um,
see that already. If I was a hiring manager, I would like easily. Okay, Cynthia, come on, hop on my team. Let's do something. All right, thank you very much. I just want to start this with a personal um 3 years or 2 years ago. When
yeah,
was COVID was
two,
2021.
yeah, 2 to 3
Okay,
years ago.
yeah. I would say that was the high point of technology and education marrying each other, because we were at a point where the world was in a lockdown,
Yeah,
everything was shut down,
yeah,
and then people were not able to go to school, and we had to look for other means to survive as human beings. And when you look at education, education is about learning. So it's the basic and the most fundamental thing for any human person.
yeah.
And when you stop learning,
You stop growing.
yeah, you stop
You
growing.
stop
And
growing.
let's just say you're dead, literally. Okay,
Actually.
so how were we going to push on with learning when there was a shutdown? I think that was when I did my first ever online course.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I did like two courses during the lockdown, and those courses have helped to push my career advancement to another level. So I didn't know I could do something like online.
Yeah,
This is a personal experience I'm sharing right now. I'm
yeah.
sure any other person out there would have something different. Just to testify that technology has really brought a lot to the table.
Mm,
Okay, we're now having communities where professionals get to teach. We are now solving the issues of barriers and boundaries.
yeah,
So you could have a degree in a European university
yeah,
while you were in Nigeria. I mean,
yeah,
that's amazing. It's
yeah,
not magic. You just need to devise to
yeah,
have your materials, and then you're connected. So we're
yeah,
living in a world where we've shrunk into what we've known as a global village,
yeah,
and then that has been taken over to the educational space. So people like you are in the education innovation
yeah,
NTT, and then you are coming up with products and how students can maximize online platforms to boost their learning
yeah,
capabilities,
yeah.
to boost their performances in exams. And this is really, really creative, okay, and
Thank
and
you.
yeah, and innovative. All right, so we're going to look rally around this key point: the rise of global learning communities, the advent of flipped classrooms, leveraging emerging technologies like the AI, the IoTs, the
Yeah,
blockchain, yeah, and then the assessment, new ways of assessing students. Okay, so
yeah,
when I said leveraging online emerging technologies, so we've seen the rise of AI. We are living in the era of AI right now.
yeah, we are.
You can see what AI is doing. You can infuse it, you can integrate it to any platform.
Yep.
So it could be education, it could be finance. Content creators are enjoying that too. So I believe that there is also a way that AI can offer a lot in the educational space
Yeah,
too. And then in the blockchain, an immutable distributed ledger system, whereby I did a course recently, and then our certificate was supposed to be based on the blockchain.
yeah,
That means you can't change what has been circulated, so
yeah,
it is immutable. So what is being shared, it has authentic nature over time without you tampering with it.
yeah.
So maybe if we've had many of our leaders had their certificates on the blockchain, maybe we wouldn't be having some of the issues we're having
I
today.
knew you
I'm
were
just
going to
saying though.
say.
I'm not. I'm
I
just
knew.
saying though.
I knew. I.
But
I
yeah,
did not say. He
but
said.
for a fact, yeah, like you can just go and verify. Say, okay, my certificate is on this blockchain. Go and
Yeah,
verify. It's on
yeah,
Polygon. Is on here. I
yeah,
mean, everyone
yeah.
everyone sees it and they certify that yeah, this is correct.
Yes,
So, but
yes.
but that aside though, so the flipped classrooms. Before now we had classrooms where students had to sit on one particular seat.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really, really what I say, rigid. Okay, you have
Yeah.
to sit down in one place. Nobody wants to know if you're tired or something, or
Mm,
you're not comfortable with the
mm,
atmosphere, but you have to just sit there and learn.
mm.
So we've had a flipped classroom whereby students are more engaged. Okay,
Yeah.
we are living in an era of a more engaged learning.
Yeah.
Okay, you can learn anywhere, you can ask questions, you can interact with some digital content that help you to
Yeah.
understand more what you're learning and practicalize on the go.
Yeah.
So I think I've said much. So we'll just go into the question row and see what
Okay.
Cynthia has to say about technology marrying into the educational system.
Okay.
Yeah. So what views do you hold about tech innovations and how they are impacting the various sectors in education?
Okay. I'm in tech, education tech. So it goes without saying that I think it is the impact is positive. But I am not going to sit here and tell you that there are no negative impacts. I'm not that kind of person. I like to be as realistic as it is. So for the positive side of things, we have accessibility. Just like you, when you took your two courses, even though you were at home during the
Yeah.
lockdown, you have that accessibility that anybody anywhere can be able to get a degree,
Yeah.
just like you said,
Yeah.
from European universities and all that. You can be able to sit in your house, or even those that maybe they have motor skills issues, they have challenges, they can't walk or they are bedridden. It doesn't, learning does not end there just because you have these challenges.
Yeah.
You are able to pick up your phone, pick up your laptop in the bed wherever you are, and then you're able to connect with the outside world, because learning is not just taking in knowledge. It is also a way for you to connect with people. A lot of courses on Udemy, Coursera, on different platforms, a lot of them, they all have forums, they all have groups, whether Facebook groups,
Yeah.
Telegram groups, Discord. They always have something, because learning is not just about taking in,
Taking
oh,
in
I'm just going to download this. No, it's about being able to also connect with other people, being able to also help other learners,
and
seek out
interact with
help,
that knowledge.
interact with that knowledge, because knowledge that you're not using is, it's basically, no knowledge is a waste.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's a waste, but the essence of everything is that you're using it in
Definitely.
one way or another. Not, it doesn't have to be outright that, oh, I'm using this in my job, but just that interaction with others, helping others. Oh, somebody has this question and you're able to help them. So that accessibility, it's wonderful. It's just something else. Then the inclusivity, I've spoken about how somebody that is bedridden, or they have challenges with their motor skills,
Yeah.
maybe they can't walk, they can't move around, or they have certain, maybe they have agoraphobia, where they can't leave the house. You find out that with online learning, they are able to, despite these challenges, they are still able to connect with people. They are still able to learn. So that inclusivity of bringing in everybody, despite all the challenges that they might
They
have,
have, yeah.
where they are from. It doesn't matter if you're white. I mean, if you're signing up for a course on, no, but it's, if you're signing up on a course for on Udemy does not say, oh, you are from here, I'm not
Yeah,
going
you
to give
can.
you this. It's not
It's
possible. So
inclusive.
it's inclusive, everybody gets access to it. So that is one very good thing I can say, because I my company champions inclusivity. Even our products, we make sure that we cater to children that have dyslexia, that have ADHD, that have
Okay.
ADD, that might have motor skills, or children that have sight challenges, they can't
Okay.
see. So my company is very big on inclusivity. So inclusivity with online learning is something that I am quite happy about, and it is one of the positive impacts of online learning. There are a lot more, because you have so many people are now digitally literate. People
Okay.
before that, they don't even use a computer, but because of the advent of online learning, you want to learn
There is
online.
a need
There
to
is a
have that skill.
need. So there are a lot of people that are more digitally literate. There are a lot of people that are using devices. There are a lot of people that are connecting with more people. So that is on the positive side. But just like I said, everything that is good, a lot of times it has its
Okay, we'll
downsides.
go to that.
So
We'll
we'll
go.
go to that. Yeah,
Let-
we'll go to
okay.
that.
Yeah, thank you very much for those insights so far. Then, yeah, you've said a lot about inclusivity and
Yeah,
how it has brought everyone to be educated. Okay, so can we look further and see what digital trends has this form of education brought to us?
Okay, that's a very good question. Because if you've noticed now, there's a way that we consume content as human
Okay.
beings. Like it has changed since the advent of not even before TikTok, but because even before TikTok, a lot of people found themselves that they don't particularly read a whole article. They
Okay.
skim an article.
Yeah.
So that's why even when you're using software like MailChimp, they tell you, is it skimmable? Because people skim. They just want to pick out the points and then
Yeah.
move ahead. So people have changed how people are, consuming content. So now there's this thing called micro learning,
Okay.
where learning has been created in a way where it's
Bit by
bite
bit. Mm.
sized. So, because of how people are consuming content, they just teach that way. Okay, this person can do, if you're giving somebody access to uh 24 hours, 48 hours of content,
Yeah.
they can become overwhelmed. They can see it and say, oh no, i'm not
I
i'm
can
not
do
doing it, I
this.
can't do this, I didn't sign up for this.
I
But
can't kill
I
myself.
can't kill myself. But when you break that 48 hours down, that okay, every day you're breaking it down into 2 hours per day, 15 minutes of content. So they take 15 minutes a bite, take that one, come back again 15 minutes, and on and on. So you find out that what it does is that they are able to consume at their pace.
Mm.
It's not when, it's just everything. Oh, you need to do this. No, you're able to give them that bite size. So it's called micro learning.
Okay.
So it's something that it's coming up even with kids, with adults and all that. And then another good advancement or trend that has come up, which you've mentioned and I love, is the flipped classroom.
Mm.
I love the flipped classroom. I love it so much. I feel like the flipped classroom and blended learning is where we are headed, but for some reason I am a bit more biased towards the flipped
Okay.
classroom
Let's see why.
because because with the flipped classroom, what happens is you give students the content
Okay.
to go. They have it. Okay, we're going to be treating sorry, I'm not very good at maths. Okay, we're going to be treating algebra.
Okay.
We're going to be treating algebra tomorrow. Children have access to the content for algebra. They go home, they prepare for class, and then they come to class and it's interactive.
Okay.
So it's one, it gives them that agency to be able to, they have power.
To-
There's something about when someone has that agency, they are more likely to do things because they feel like, or they know in their head that, oh, this is for my own betterment,
Yeah.
this is at my own
I need to do
pace.
my own
I need
research.
to do my own research. I'm going to learn it how I want to learn it. So they go home, they look into it, they figure out, okay, how do I learn? How do I learn algebra? I want to learn algebra. They do their own research, they go on YouTube, they check online, they go on Reddit, wherever they figure out they can learn. And then if they're not able to learn it, it's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is they have that idea, they have that understanding that this is what algebra is like.
Before the
So
class
before the
itself.
class, they've been introduced on their own terms before the class. So when they come to the class, it's interactive. A lot of times the teacher is like, okay, were we able to do this? Did you have any issues? Where it's engaging, everybody's speaking, every child has a voice. And the good thing about flipped classroom is that it gives children a voice. It's not when a child
The
is just
teacher just has
sitting.
to stand and say everything there to say, I hope you understand, class. Yes, okay,
You
bye
get
bye.
it exactly. It's not like that anymore. It gives them a voice. They
Okay.
speak, they are heard. And it's not just about speaking because they speak, the teacher takes notes, the teacher hears them, the teacher interacts with them and engages with them. So flipped
Okay.
classroom
Yeah.
for me is where is at, because it gives the students a voice. Everybody is able to speak up, everybody is able to say, this is what I've been able to do, this is what I did not understand, and other students can even help out. Oh, okay, I understood this, can I take the class? And then they go there,
Yeah.
everybody is, they're all putting their
Yeah,
hands
putting efforts
together,
together.
putting their voices
The
together. And
teacher is now more like a facilitator and
thank you.
someone
And a
guiding
coach,
them.
a
Yeah.
mentor. That is, and that's one thing. That's where I believe that a lot of parents, a lot of schools, they don't get the position of a teacher.
Mm.
A teacher is supposed to be, it's not about downloading or rather offloading knowledge. A teacher is not a knowledge repository. You can go online and find all that knowledge. The teacher is not there to just do wow and then it
Everything is
just
out.
you get the teacher is not there. The teacher is there to guide them. The teacher is there as a mentor. The teacher is there as a coach. The teacher knows this thing. The teacher knows the best ways to go about this thing. And the teacher is guiding the children. So that one, the children are able to have their own voice. They are able to have their own agency. They are able to, think. They're able to think. Like it's not just about, oh, auntie said 1 plus 1 is 3, so it's 3.
So it's three automatically. You don't want to know how it
You
got
don't
to
want
three.
you understand. So the teacher is supposed to mentor, guide, coach,
Yeah.
and teach as well. But anyway, we'll get to that. But flipped classroom, which is something that I absolutely love. And then we have blended learning as well, where it's meant. I know Harvard for their degrees is blended learning.
Okay.
So you take they have their online portion, the part you do online,
Okay.
then you have to be in classes for
For
certain
so
classes
that's cool.
before you get your degree. So that's how they run a blend, which is where we're also going to. So I foresee a lot of people already there. I mean, Harvard is already there. That's what they're doing, the blended learning. But I also foresee a lot of schools, that's where they're going to go to, where they're either running a mixture of blended and flipped classroom. So where, these children have the contents, they can access it at any time.
Yeah.
And then at their own time, they access it, they can read before the
The
class,
class
a class
and
of
be
two
even better
weeks.
in the class. You said something about the before the flipped classroom. So
Yeah.
it just reminded me of my past experience. I think that was a secondary school or something. So
Yeah.
there is this particular teacher. I wouldn't want to call names. So
Ooh, call
so the
names.
class was really boring.
Oh
Like
wow.
he didn't have this gift of maybe really like articulating what he knows. Okay, but he
Mm.
was good. He's intelligent, but
What class was
everyone
that?
that was should be SS3 or
No, I
something.
mean like what subject?
Okay, that was
Oh,
mathematics.
it's always
Yeah,
mathematics.
so uh people have different ways of learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the fact that some persons are getting it and the whole bulk of other persons are not getting it, there's an issue.
Yes, there is
So
an issue.
communication is supposed to be relatable. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is that break, and then you're not supposed to say anything while you are learning. You're just supposed to listen to him, and then if you get something wrong, you get the punishment and everything. So I
Yeah.
I feel like the advent of digital innovation has actually broken things down. For
Mm.
now, you can have, imagine when you have visual contents to help you really analyze the things you're learning.
Yeah.
You can just watch the video and
Yeah.
like you begin to do it yourself. I think
Yes.
it's students have an edge in
Yeah.
this era because you can go back, watch on YouTube and see the reason why 1 plus 1 is 2.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
and 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah.
A lot of this. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much. And
Yeah.
yeah, we're talking about the blended learning
Yes.
now.
Blended learning.
I think
Yeah.
that's very good because I think
Yeah.
we'll still come to this subject matter as we go along because we want
Yeah.
to look at the some of the other side of digital in education. But
Of
let's keep it
course. Of
for
course.
all right. So so how can educators leverage online resources and collaborative tools
Okay.
in this diverse form of education that we have? So if you look at it, it seems like the students are becoming smarter than the teachers.
I don't agree with
You
that.
don't agree? Okay,
No,
so
I do not
you
agree
see
with that.
that if you go to the universities now,
Yeah.
you see students are saying, okay, this man doesn't know what he's doing. Like we are ahead of these people. Like they need to come and meet us where we are. So
I like
so
that. I like that.
so
Yeah.
so how can we ensure that the teachers are
Yeah.
updated in the process, so that
Okay.
the system is not leaving them behind.
Yeah.
Because one thing about technology, if you're not advancing, if you're not adapting,
Yeah.
you find out that you'll be playing catching up every time, and if you're not catching up, it will leave you behind.
It will. It
Yeah, so
will.
what do you think about this?
It will. Okay, first things first. I do not agree with the facts that the students are smarter than the teachers. I
Okay,
do not agree with that at
okay,
all.
okay,
I think that situation, it's a circumstantial and contextual situation.
okay,
Given the context, definitely, I'm not saying that there are situations where there are some people that are not supposed to be educators.
okay.
They get this job because there's no other job. It's not what they want
They
to
want to
do.
do.
No, it's the truth of
It's
the
the
matter. It's
truth,
not what they
yeah.
want to do. They just, oh, okay, since I read biochemistry, I can't get a job. Let me just go and be teaching science in the school. So people like that, in situations like that, you can definitely find situations where the children know that this teacher doesn't know what
It's
he's
good.
saying. This teacher cannot teach. Doesn't mean that he doesn't know. Like in the case, in your case, where
Yeah,
you had the math teacher that is just not an educator. They're just people like that. I agree on that. That's why I said it's a very
yeah,
circumstantial and
yeah.
contextual uh situation. So regards the educators, I advocate for educators because I work with them a lot.
Okay,
Basically, my day to day is interacting with them. We hold a lot of webinars, regards even physical events too, that focuses on them, just trying to improve, what they are doing currently and trying to improve the state of their schools.
yeah,
And working with them, I found out that a lot of the times it's not that they don't want to improve, it's just that they do not have the means to. They do not, because you're telling an educator to be able to come and start creating content online,
yeah,
and the educator does not have a laptop. The educator cell phone, one time that the camera doesn't work well. So a lot of times it's not. I've interacted with quite a number of them, and I have to say about 90% are open to these innovations. But then there's the digital divide.
divide, yeah.
It's an issue because you even have situations where students in a school, they, please schools, I love you, don't come for me. But the truth of the matter is you have a situation where students in a school, they can have access to tabs at home, they can have access to their parents' phone. They are set when it comes to, going with online learning.
Yeah.
But for online learning to work, teachers need to be onboarded.
Mm.
Teachers need to know how to use it. Teachers need the tools to be able to use it. And a lot of times they don't
So
have these
invariably,
skills.
that means the students become smarter.
No, they don't. Because that's the thing. One thing I feel like we need to understand is that learning is not just about just taking in knowledge.
Okay.
If it's like that, anybody, you pick up a book and
Okay.
then teachers are mentors. They guide you.
To
They
do
tell you the
better.
best ways to
Okay.
do things. It doesn't mean you can go online and find a lot of these things there. You
Okay.
can go online and find whatever subjects you want. You can find full courses on it. You can be able to teach yourself. But a lot of times as human beings, we are not able to do that. We need somebody that knows.
Can't overly trust yourself. You still
You
need
can
that.
exactly. You
Mm.
still need the discipline.
Mm.
You still need the motivation from someone. You still need somebody to coach you. And teachers, they teach critical skills. They don't just. It's not teachers don't just teach. They teach empathy. Children growing up. Have you dealt with kids?
Let's not go there.
Have you dealt with
Let's
kids? Do
not
you
go
have
there.
kids? Children growing up, there's a lot to learn. There are a
Okay.
lot of social skills they learn from the teachers. There's a lot of critical thinking skills, research skill, not just putting in knowledge. And that's one thing I really need um, people to understand, because you have situations where, parents talk down teachers and say things like, oh, um, what you're doing, I mean, I can be able to do it at home. It's just
Yeah.
I don't have the time. things like that. It doesn't work like that. Teachers do way more. And I think it's wonderful that we're having this event today on Teachers Day. So
Yeah, I
happy
was about
Teachers
saying
Day
that. I was
to
about saying
it
that
is,
initially.
right?
Yeah, I had that in
Happy
mind.
Teachers Day to every teacher out there. You are loved and you're very much appreciated. So as I was saying, it doesn't mean that the children are smarter. The children are digital natives.
Okay.
Teachers are digital immigrants. That's just it. Children are able to utilize these devices, and a lot of children, they are good with social media.
Yeah.
They know how to use TikTok, Instagram, all that. But ask them to use an Excel sheet.
Becomes amnesia.
Ask them to use certain online learning tools. So it's not just about, oh, I know how
How
to
to do
use
it.
phone. There are things
You
that
cannot
teachers,
replace the
you
presence
can't,
of a
you
teacher
can't,
in
you can't,
education.
you can't actually. It's not
We're
possible.
even getting to, let me just throw this in.
Yeah,
The world is going, like, is everything is getting faster, and
yeah,
we're in the AI era now.
yeah.
Very soon we're going to be in an era where robots are likely going to be in the classrooms. Can you say that robots would take the place of teachers?
No, no, definitely not. No,
Because we also said AI wasn't going to take, though it has not really. But I know that
exactly.
in the factories and some kind of jobs we've seen.
Those are monotonous
Yeah,
jobs. They are
okay.
not. They don't need a lot of empathy.
I think one
They
place
don't
that they
need
wouldn't be able
critical
to penetrate is
thinking.
that teaching, because you need
Exactly.
empathy to actually drive the
Thank
learning.
you. It's a very empathetic business, and it is a very it's a personal thing, because every teacher that you speak to, as far as is a good teacher, every teacher knows the personality of each child in their class.
Okay.
As far as is a good teacher, my mom has been teaching for almost 30 years.
So
I grew up, in that
you've grown in the
ecosystem.
education.
I grew up in that ecosystem.
Okay.
I've been communicating with a lot of teachers since whenever, and I
Okay.
still do till today, and I'm still going to be doing so till God knows when. So teachers, a lot of times when they talk about children in their class, they know their personalities down to a T.
Okay.
They know that, oh, this child, this at this particular time, the child starts getting cranky.
Okay.
At this particular time, this child does, they know everything down to a T. So these are things that, I'm not saying that AI doesn't have a place in the classroom. I am pro AI. In fact, I'm even, don't worry, we'll get there. But AI does have a place in the classroom, but is a place to support the
Yeah,
teachers.
not take
Not,
the
no,
forefront.
just supplement what is already on ground,
Yeah.
supports the teachers. And I believe that with the advent of AI, it would help root out a lot of, I don't want to use the word bad, but a lot of unqualified teachers.
Oh.
Because a lot of, like, for instance,
So let's just go into that
okay,
subject matter now. So
okay,
let's look at the role of emerging technologies in educational
yeah,
sector now. The
yeah,
role of AI,
yeah,
blockchain,
blockchain,
and IoTs.
IoT,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's talk about it right
Okay,
away.
that's good. Okay, so for blockchain is actually quite straightforward.
Yeah,
A problem that a lot of people had was that people forged certificates. They use Photoshop. I mean, people's Photoshop skills is it's
amazing.
crazy. It's amazing. I see it on, on social media, on Reddit,
Yeah,
on Twitter, and I'm like, wow, this is top
dope.
tier.
Mm.
So an issue a lot of them had was people forge these certificates, and then they go and they use it to get jobs. So now, what's the blockchain? Where it's coming in? Because the blockchain is an open ledger
Yeah,
for financial transactions. Anybody can go there
you
and
can go and
see,
verify.
can go and verify, and quickly, in real time. It's not like before where, like, for instance, a lot of people that are trying to leave the country, they have to go and get their transcripts
You don't need to
from the
do that.
uni. And then, so with the blockchain now, it's that everything is just going to be on the blockchain.
Yeah.
So any school, any organization, anywhere that they want to verify your certificates, they just go there
Just
and
need to know the
verify.
particular blockchain is on. And we're even talking about
Exactly.
converging interoperability of blockchains now, and
Exactly.
it's going to be amazing.
Exactly. So it's like once they're able to go there, they're able to see that, they're able to verify. And what it does for us as people is that there are a lot of micro certificates that we get.
Oh.
And a lot of times people discard this, organizations discard this because they feel that it doesn't really matter, or it's not something
Yeah.
worth anything. But when they're able, when you have these certificates also on the blockchain, it's easy to verify. You've been able to get some kind of skills and all that.
Yeah.
So anybody anywhere in real time can be able to verify that. So it's not just about financial transactions
No,
now. It's
definitely.
also going to be about education, educational
Yeah,
certificates as
verifying
well,
your and keeping it
verifying your
safe too.
credentials and keeping it safe. There's nothing like, oh, it
It
got
got
burnt,
missing.
I
Yeah.
lost,
I was given a
I
supplementary
was
one, and then
exactly.
we start going to somewhere to drag, and
Okay, this
let's
is
go
I
ahead.
I did not say any of that. So anyway, yeah, so that's the good thing about the blockchain credentials. It's wonderful, and I know quite a number of organizations, they're already on it
Yeah.
currently as we speak. So
I said that the course need that just finished. That was part of the course.
yes,
The
that
certificates are
you
on the blockchain.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, it's already here. It's not
yeah,
about you can.
yeah, it's
It's something.
currently,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
currently here.
yeah. So I mean that it's going to get build up more awareness.
Yeah.
More people are going to be utilizing that, and
Mhm.
just that mode of verification and all that. So then the Internet of Things is already here too.
Yeah.
We have the smart boards, which a lot of schools use currently, where you're able to, it's a touch screen, you're able to stream YouTube videos,
Yeah.
you're able to do so many things on it. So smart boards are one of the smart appliances that schools currently use. A lot of schools, they use smart boards, they
Yeah, and
use
it will
other,
encourage interactive
it
learning.
does
Yeah.
encourage interactive learning. So it's really, it's something that is already here, and it's wonderful. And then I'm running through all this so we can just get to
Yeah.
AI, because I know that's where you want to go to. So then we have the VR and AR, which is a space that I also absolutely love. I feel that with the right push and with the right, in fact, even before the VR and AR, that museums have,
Okay.
is something. If there's any educator is listening, please, one thing that you can be able to include for your kids is taking them on virtual tours. It's wonderful, it's free. There are a lot of free ones, a whole lot of free ones. So all you just have to do is take them on it, and you don't even need a VR or AR set. They can just do it on the laptop. They're able to go through a museum, they're able to look at historical sites and things of that nature. It's really, really good. So it's something that we should also look into as educators, to take children. Just because you're here doesn't mean you can't see a museum in Italy. So things like that, let's try to inculcate it in what we are doing. But back to VR and AR, a space that I also absolutely
Yeah.
love. Because what I love is that I love the fact that children get to have that immersive
Immersive.
experience.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
like okay.
for your somewhere else.
It's really no. Before it felt like magic.
Right? Everything, technology always, when it comes, it always feels like magic. Like, how is it? I mean, at this point in time, if you show certain people AI, to them it's magic.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is this happening? How is this possible? So VR is just beautiful. Children are able to, things like sciences, things like history, you're able to transport them to another time. I think history is a part where can really be leveraged for VR. So they can be able to go to another time in
And
the
see what
past
you were really
and
talking
see
about.
what you're talking about, have that feeling. They're able to travel to Egypt, able to travel to 1200
And I seen the pyramid at
AD,
Gaza, like it's
see
just before
everything
them.
just before them. So it's wonderful, and they're even able to have that experience of traveling when they are just here in Nigeria. So you can be able to organize something like that for them, where they are able to, let's say, visit Paris. Okay, no, not Paris, I heard there are bed bugs there now, right? Right.
Where okay,
I heard that they be infested with bed bugs.
but if you're going through the
Yeah,
VR,
I
no, no,
know. But
you're
what
saying
if you're seeing people that just have bed bug
and
bites?
you learn from it too.
So anyway, they're able to, go, and I like that you brought that up because it's even safer, because they're able to experience all these things without the harsh realities
Yeah.
of weather, without the harsh realities of, things that might
Insecurity.
insecurity and all that. So VR is wonderful. Then AR is
Before we
also.
get to AI, know you
No,
you
I
want
didn't
to.
say AI. I said
Okay,
AR.
okay, AI. I'll just finish up because I
Okay,
wanted to.
okay,
Okay.
beautiful. So AR is also wonderful. I feel AR is better for people that are in, like the medical field, that are
Yeah.
doing more practical things. So they are able to use that. You don't have to be inside the lab, to be able to do whatever you need to do. So you're able to use that technology, that learn um anatomy, lab techs, things of that nature. So AR and VR are another part of education that I think, in fact, it's really growing in Nigeria, and I
Yeah.
think those are some very, very key parts to us improving the education space currently.
Thank
So
you. Yeah,
yes,
thank you very much so far. So yeah, so the conversation is for everyone. Like I said before we started this,
yeah,
it's gonna be interactive and it's gonna be conversational. And yeah, you can also join that conversation. Okay, so if you're watching, this is Tech Rounds on Tech Build Africa. You can follow us on all platforms: Tech Build Africa, Twitter, Meta, Instagram, Facebook, and then on LinkedIn. And you can always stream this on YouTube or you're streaming from LinkedIn. So yeah, you can send in your questions to the chat section in case you have any opinion or you have something you want to be clarified on. Yeah, you can do well to send in your reactions. So far, I have some reactions here from Dorothy. Dorothy, good to be here. And Chidi, okay, Chidi's giving us a well done. Yeah, thank you, Chidi. And
thank
then
you,
said COVID was
Chidi.
2020.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
know I mentioned 2021. That was
yeah,
2020, never to forget. Then Wale, he says, since COVID-19 pandemic era in 2020, the increase in the use of online communication tools has become prevalent.
yeah,
And this has rubbed off on the use of online learning apps in Nigeria's education
yeah.
sector. Can we agree less? Yeah, I mean that's
It's a
right on
fact.
point, right
Yes,
on
thank
point.
you,
Like
Ale.
I shared my own personal experience, how I embarked on the journey of doing about 2 to 3 courses during that period, and
Yeah,
they've helped me in my present life. So yeah, online learning is real, and digital education is all inclusive.
yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss the impact of AI because we are living in the world of AI right now. Like
Yes, we are.
everywhere you go is AI. You tune to your TV, global stations, they're talking about how AI integrations is changing the game. And
Yeah,
you can see your big tech organizations and platforms are
yeah,
having these integrations: Google,
yeah,
Microsoft, yeah,
yeah,
Alibaba, the rest of them.
yeah,
Even Meta announced last week that they're going to do some AI integrations on Meta platform. So you
yeah,
have an AI assistant that can help you answer to some stuff instead of just contacting an agent immediately, and then it
yeah,
can also help you to do some research,
yeah,
yeah, on the
yeah,
platform. So
yeah.
yeah, so let's hear how AI is going to change the game in education.
Okay, before we go to education, I just wanted to point out, we were talking about, you were saying how AI would probably take teachers' jobs,
Yeah.
which it would not. But I
Okay.
think one space that AI has actually been able to take people's jobs is customer service,
Hmm.
because now you have a lot of bots. In fact, a lot of times you are talking to a bot and you
And you
don't
don't
even
know.
know that it's a bot. So they have been able to make those advancements, because when it comes to AI, what it needs is training data. And a lot of times in an organization that has been there for like 10 years, customer issues are usually the same things.
Yeah.
They are
So
usually, so if you have that data set, I mean, you just train the AI bot, and it's there, it's able to help. And AI talks too,
yeah.
because you have things like Pi. I don't know if you know Pi. It's a more empathetic version of Chat
Okay.
GTP. So it can, it's more, it can help you regards, certain issues that you
Okay.
have. So if anybody is dealing with maybe some kind of mental health,
It can.
it can help. ChatGPT doesn't. It
Yeah, it
tell
doesn't
you
tell
that
you.
you
Yeah,
should
you
go
should.
to a therapist, but Pi is able to, at least talk to you for a bit. So anybody that is, you're feeling a bit down, you just need somebody to talk to, you can always look into Pi. It's a wonderful, system, and it talks too. Although the voice
Yeah,
sounds, how AI sounds.
definitely, it can be human,
Yeah, it sounds
but they're
off,
getting more human
but
day
they
by day.
are they are getting more
New studies and
human.
everything.
They are getting more, and I feel that the fact that it's open source makes it all better. Like, it makes it all the more better, because sitting here, if you are able to have somebody that is proficient in Python and SQL,
Yeah,
they can build you a bot as just easy, because
yeah.
a lot of, like,
Bad.
Google's, no, not even bad, with Google, a lot of people that build bots, they use Google.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Azure, is that
No, not
Azure?
Azure. What's the name of Google? Can't remember. I'll let you know when I
Okay.
do. But they use Google, and they have a free version. I think it lasts for like a year, and then the paid version is not much. And you are able to train with Google's data. So
Wow.
when you have so much that is open source, it makes everything better. And I know Meta too, they said when they are done, theirs too is going to be open source, which
Interesting.
is going to give ChatGPT a run for their money. Because I mean, if Meta is open source, why am I
Yeah.
paying
Paying
those exorbitant? I think it's like $20 a month,
about,
or
yeah, about
if
20 or
not
something.
more. So it's like, so that I like the fact that, but then them making it open source, it also benefits them, because if it's closed, AI needs to learn.
Yeah.
AI needs to grow.
They
How
need
does
more
AI
data,
learn? AI
interaction
learns with
with many persons.
interaction.
Yeah.
So the more people that are able to build their own bots. I mean, if you're building a bot with Google, with Google's, I forgot, why can't I remember this? But whenever
Let's
it
just call it
comes to
their
me,
platform.
yeah, with the Google, no, it's whatever. So if you're building a bot with it, whatever interaction, whatever is happening with your bot
They are
is
also
being
getting,
saved on
yeah,
their own server. So
yeah,
they are, at the end of the day, they are the ones that are getting the data. They are the ones benefiting. And even with that, it's just free for a year, and then after that, you have
you
to
can
pay.
start.
So basically, it's something, AI is something that is really changing the game. And I'm quite glad that it came into everything. And my issue with education is that there has been pushback regards AI. A lot of educators, they are not open to the fact that students are going to be using AI.
Okay.
And then you have a lot of people that are coming up with all these cash grab software, where they tell you that it can be able to detect if it's AI
AI
written
written,
or not.
yeah.
And you have people that would carry out tests with those same software, with a written, that's a human written essay or article, and they put it through the software, and the software comes, takes it back, and tells them that
That
it's
is
AI.
AI.
So when you're at this point, I think what we should be doing, instead of discouraging AI use, it should be more of,
The
how
proper
can we
use.
thank you how can we put things in a way where students can be able to use AI, and we can be able to ensure that they are learning, that not just that they are, they have an assignment, they go there, they
You
just
could.
copy and paste. No, but they are able to, we're able to formulate a system where students are either built in a way where we know if it's AI or
Or
not.
not.
If you give children something to read, and you set up an interview, that's not a written test,
Yeah.
they have an interview where you discuss, it's going to take it's a lot of stress and a lot of
Yeah.
work, because assessments is easy, you
But
understand,
when
but
you're
when
speaking,
you're speaking, you can't, you understand, it's what you know that you speak. When you're writing, you can copy and paste and all that, but if you pick up assessments that are less, that have um less copy and paste impact or whatever, if you have less of that, and you have more assessments where children actually show you more practical assessments,
yeah,
where they actually show you what they have learned, And children would love that. That's the funny thing about kids. Kids are wonderful. They would love that. They would, because they love, they respond well to change. They will fight you at first,
Yeah,
but eventually they would.
they'll
And
cope.
things like interviews, they are more engaging. You're able to, speak with
See the
them. You're able,
opinion, their perception, and
their perspective, and
everything.
able to learn more about their personalities as well. And then, when you have more practical ways to assess them, it's helps everybody, because you are sure that they are reading. You are
All
sure.
right,
So I feel that everybody just needs to accept that AI is here to stay.
all right.
That's just the first step.
Yeah, we need to,
Acceptance.
we need to accept. Okay,
Acceptance is the
okay.
first step.
See,
And then, and on my own too, I also think we educators too. Educators also need to learn to use AI. I had a session with a group of educators that was sometime in July. Is that know how to prompt? It would give you crap.
garbage in,
Garbage
garbage
out.
out.
That's just the truth. So I had a session with them, which I think I would actually organize another session
Okay, I would
for
love to be there.
educators. Oh, that would be awesome. Sure. I think I would look into organizing another session for educators where
Okay,
they are able to where I'm able to teach them how to use ChatGPT, how to prompt mostly. How do you use things like stable diffusion? I don't want to say Mid Journey, because Mid Journey you have to pay, and me, I'm all about get the free one, have fun with free one. How do you use stable diffusion? How do you use ChatGPT? How do you prompt to get what you actually want, not
yeah,
just because educators need to use these things. These tools make everything easier. It
easier.
makes it easier for them. It makes it easier, to create content, to improve on what they
And
already
even
have.
when they know how to use it, they can now be able to advise the students on better ways to
Thank
use
you.
it.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, even if you want to fight something, you can't fight what you don't know. You need to know it first. For instance, with diseases, you can't create
Yeah,
an
they aren't
antibody
without having
without
that.
having, so you need to be able to know it. So even if you hate it, let's say you hate it so much, you think children should not use it, you need to know it. Because if you know how to use it, if you know how it talks, if you know how ChatGPT the outputs are, you can even be able to tell when a
Yeah,
child uses it.
generate say, ah, hello, this is
You will
ChatGPT.
be able to tell. That's just, if you know it, you'll be able to tell. So I would look into organizing another session with educators, since the last one I did was, I think, either June or July. So
Okay.
I would definitely announce it on my LinkedIn. So if you've not connected with me on LinkedIn, do so. And I also like that you mentioned the resources for educators.
Yeah,
So I believe one thing I'm going to do is that I'm also going to compile free courses for educators.
yeah. I hope
So
people are listening.
I'm also going to compile free courses for educators. I'm going to post it as an article on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So if you are yet to connect with me on LinkedIn, do so. My name is Cynthia Nwanneka. Just check me on LinkedIn, connect, and then whenever I post, you'll be able to see it.
All right. So yeah, that brings. I just want to make an injunction with the AI and relating it to the social media generally.
Yeah,
When the social media was the buzzing, the whole buzz and everything,
yeah,
parents and teachers were like, "Oh, shut down the social media. It's
yeah,
doing this. It's doing this."
yeah,
Instead of them to go onto the platform and see how they can create an order, create sanity in the system too, because yeah, there are other things that can go on in the social media, but there
yeah.
are other
That you
good
can
things that
utilize
can
it
also
too
go
for
on in the
good.
social media.
I
So
think,
it's not just about you standing from afar to criticize. So
yeah.
same thing with AI. So instead of saying, I mean, social media has even gone on, and while we were shouting on those other ones, TikTok came aboard.
Yeah,
So
TikTok did come
yeah,
on
so
board.
the more you
Yeah,
stay at the far side and you are criticizing it, okay,
yeah,
the more things get worse. So
yeah.
instead of staying far to criticize AI, I think they should be onboarded into
Mm,
the AI system and see
yeah,
how these stuffs work.
yeah. I get that. I get that. But I just have to put it out there. something wrong?
Let's check the mic. I think we're back. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, sorry for that brief interruption. We can just go on with the conversation, okay? So, you were saying something about you were saying something.
We're talking about AI.
Yeah, AI, and then
Yes.
how the teacher should be onboarded to the platform so that
Yes.
they can interact with it instead of
Exactly.
like staying far
Exactly. Yeah.
to criticize and stop
Yeah.
students from using it. Because the way we're looking at things right now, AI is here to stay.
It is.
So the earlier you start learning how these things work, the better for you. But
Yeah.
I posted on my status. I was like, is there anyone here that doesn't know how to prompt on AI? Like, you've not used it for anything, like at least even if it's just to do something, you can use it for research, just get to know things, even if it's historical things or you just want to ask.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just stay, I just wanted to interact with the AI to learn something. What do you know about this? What,
Yeah.
just the value of prompting.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that takes us to another critical part of this discussion. So we've talked about, there is a discussion about the digital divide,
Yes.
and then
Very
that can,
important.
yeah, that can
Yeah.
be drawn into also the divide in education. So if you go to some areas in some communities, underserved communities, you see
Yeah.
that they don't really have this open platform for education,
Yeah.
and maybe the classes they have is not even enough for all the students. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at a scenario whereby there are like online learning opportunities for them,
There
whereby
are.
yeah, they can just plug into the system. So
Yeah.
it's not about just limiting them to a
Yeah.
classroom that is not even comfortable for them.
Yeah.
So how can we bring digital learning to these underserved communities? Is that possible? And how
Oh,
can, yeah,
definitely. It's very possible. And I'm very happy that you brought this up because it's something that my company, HESED Learning, we are currently battling with. Because at our core, we are about bringing digital education to the underserved. A
okay,
lot of the times when I speak about it, people tell me, why are you doing that? Don't they have bigger problems? They are not even eating, they need light, they need water, and all that. And I always feel that just because that exists, just because they need light, they need water, and all that, doesn't mean that they should be left behind when it comes to digital education. Just like you said,
yeah,
a lot of people are playing catch up. So technology is a wave. It's always evolving and it's always moving. And it would be so unfair of us if we just leave out the underserved communities in that wave of digital education. Because when they finally come up to where they want to start competing with their peers, you find out that they have more of a disadvantage
yeah,
because they don't even know how to use laptops. They don't even, know how to type. They don't. So it's something that we really need to work on because now we cannot lie, a lot of us, we study online. A lot of professionals, they upskill online, and that's where a lot of things is just headed to. A lot of exams
Yeah.
are online. They are just, they are online, they are proctored. Somebody just either watches you through a webcam to ensure that you
You're
do
not.
it, or
Yeah.
you go to their center. But a lot of it with international organizations is online. You don't have to travel all the way to San
To take an
Francisco
exam.
to take an exam. You can take it anywhere. So if you're leaving out on the self children, and they are not able to interact with these platforms, they don't know how to manage time with an online platform, because taking an exam with pen and paper, the time management is different from taking an exam online,
Yeah.
because online you're moving from question to question. So you need to know, okay, I need to be done with all these questions at this point in time. I need to click
To
here to be
this
able
one.
to go
Yeah.
back. I need to do so. There's a lot that is needed. So when we're all sitting here, we have our kids on their tabs and all that, and then there's some child,
But
they don't even know, and then my company currently, that's what we are trying to do. We're trying
okay.
to bring digital education to the underserved communities, especially community schools and government
So what
schools.
part of does the government have to play in the? I believe the government really has a big part to play in this.
Well, we're in Nigeria. And I don't want to say too much because I really don't want to say too much. But from what's, in fact, well, I'll just talk. Government has been frustrating to deal with when you are trying to bring this online education to these students
Yeah.
on your own pockets. You're not asking them for
For
money.
money
You're not asking. All you're asking is grants me access to be able
to
to
do
work
this.
with these students, to be able to do this, to be able to train your teachers, because you have to train the teachers first. Just grant me access. I'm not asking you, to do this. And I'm hoping that it gets better. I'm hoping that as time goes on, they are able to understand that
Yeah.
people need this thing. So it can be frustrating when, just for you to get access from the government, it can take months.
Well.
It can take 8 months, 7 months, and all that. And for them to help us to be able to get to where we want to, we're not asking them to fund us. Fund these schools,
Yeah.
have projectors in these schools, put laptops in these schools, let them have internet connections within the school. Just for we ran a program at the program we ran in 2020, that was 2022. Yeah, I think 2022. We ran it in 6 different schools all over Nigeria,
Okay.
and none of those schools had laptops. We
Wow.
had to give them laptops for them to, we had to gift
To
them laptop for
participate.
them to efficiently participate in the program. They did not have laptops. They did not have internet connectivity. Quite a number of them didn't even have electricity within the schools, and some of them didn't even have desks and chairs. It's really bad.
So I think this is a wake up call for the government to engage in more collaborations, because this is like,
Yes.
yeah, this is like something that is a mutual collaboration to
Yeah.
actually ensure that we shrink the digital divide that is there in the underserved communities.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we can also see, the last time I spoke with someone on tech rounds, that was
Mm,
Choma. Yeah, she mentioned something about collaborations with different private sectors. So
mm,
they need to be that open access to want to collaborate and,
yeah.
and build innovation, because
Yeah.
you can't build innovation by yourself. So you need to see other players that are doing similar things and see, maybe
Yes.
you could offer, this person is is into gadgets, you can offer gadgets, you can offer
Yes.
spaces. This one
Yes.
has people to instructors or facilitators. I
Yes.
believe that way a lot
Yeah.
can actually be
A
done.
lot can
Yeah,
be
thank you
done.
very much. Yeah,
Thank you.
and this has been tech rounds, and so far we've been having this very interesting and insightful talk around this topic. And yeah, we got more another comment from Hope Ukebu. Interesting session. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Hope.
thank you very much for sticking around. So you can continue sending in your opinion. If you have a question, yeah, I want to see questions too. If you have questions and you want to connect with Cynthia too, yeah, you can also put that on the comment section. But right now we will be doing the flip thing now on our segment to the next segment of this event, and that's the part where we get to play our fun game. So I don't know if you're ready for that
I
part.
am not ready.
All right, so I'll just do a
Okay.
quick recap of what we've discussed, and I think I'll buy you time to be ready. All right, so far we've looked into the education. Yeah, we say that education is in fact education is a right, is a fundamental right,
Yeah.
right to be educated. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's very really basic, and then every human person ought to be educated. Okay, and to be educated, that means you need to go through a learning process, and the learning process has been remodeled over time. It
Yeah.
is it has come into a transition into the digital using digital infrastructures, and that is when we are seeing digital innovators. Technology has taken the waves and everything. So how do we cope? How do we keep in trend, up to trend with these innovations, and how they are impacting and changing the way we educate our kids, the way our kids learn, the way people upskill, the way people reskill. And when you're talking about learning, we have learning, relearning, and
Yeah.
unlearning. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have those traditional methods of learning,
Yeah.
but yeah, people need to begin to receive
Yeah.
the digital innovations. Yeah,
Yeah.
things have changed.
Yeah.
You can take courses online.
Yeah.
Personally, I do. I know you do too.
Yes.
Definitely. So yeah, you can take courses online. You can take exams online, and you can have a hybrid uh lectures. You go, people are in physically in, and people
Yeah.
can take some online. I mean,
Yeah.
the world is global and a global village now.
Yeah.
So we're calling on private sectors. We're calling on the government to come together, to join hands,
Yeah.
create a big force, and especially the underserved communities.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that we bridge the digital divide, and get everyone onboarded to
Yeah.
the new form of education. That
Yeah.
is that's the only way we can reimagine education, when we carry everyone along and we're able to leverage technology to make it better. All
Yeah.
right, so I know you're
Before
ready
we
for my
go
game.
ahead,
Okay,
no,
okay,
not
okay,
ready.
okay,
I feel like we mentioned a problem, but we
okay,
didn't really give a solution.
okay,
When we're talking about digital divide within schools,
okay.
where we spoke about how children at home, they have the tabs, they have the phones, the smartphones, and all that, and then teachers they don't have
Have
those devices. We
Thank
mentioned
you.
a solution. A solution or a possible solution that can work is, I don't like putting things on schools that you have to do this, you have to do that. You understand? Because even schools are struggling.
Yeah.
The economy has not been favorable for a lot of people, especially schools. Increasing school fees is not an easy tax and all that. So I'm not going to say, you need to buy all your teachers' laptops or you need to buy all your teachers' phones or anything. But what I'm going to say is that schools should try reaching out. You have within your parents, you can seek out patrons, and before you do that, I would advise that you make it as official as possible. Treat it like a project. Create a project scope. Create a budget that this is what we want to achieve. We want to be able to uh, get 15 laptops within the school. Okay, have your goal set that this is want to get 15 laptops, want to get maybe 3 smartphones that should be used within the school grounds, and then one um, router.
Yeah.
Thank you. So write your make sure everything is well stipulated, and then create your project scope. That is, this is how we want to go about this is what we'll be using this for. Put in all the values that this will bring both for the teachers and for the students, and make sure everything is put together, and then start reaching out. Start within your parents first. Start seeking out patrons. This is how much you need, and you would need them to donate. Okay, I feel like a lot of times as Nigerians we have so much pride. We don't want to, how can I be asking? But it doesn't matter. It's for the children and it's for the staff. So start putting it out there, start putting your scope out there, that this is what you want to achieve and this is what you would need to achieve it. And start with your parents, expand it, church, just start putting it out there that this is what you need, and before you know it, patrons will come. And
Yeah.
I have to be very you have to be very, very mindful when it comes to this kind of things. You have to be very transparent, very, very transparent. You have to be 100%. In fact, just like the blockchain where any third party can go and
Now
verify,
verify.
the money you're getting and how you're using it should be the same. Once anybody comes, they should be able to see that their money is being put to good use. Make sure you keep every receipt, you write down every gadget that was bought, whatever. Make sure that it is as transparent and open as possible, because when you start hiding, maybe because I understand help will not help other schools, people would not help other people. So please be as transparent as possible and start seeking patrons, okay? So that you can improve the lives of your teachers and your students as
All right.
well.
Thank you very much for
No
chipping that in.
problem.
I don't know if someone would go on to do otherwise from what you've said so far.
You can also message me on LinkedIn for help
Yeah.
regards putting together whether a project scope or just being able to work with you
Let me
to
help
reach
them
the
with the
goal.
search. I think Cynthia Nwanneka, yeah, she will definitely pop up. All right, so let's get to the game now. So if you could time travel to any historical era and teach a class there,
Teach
when
a
and where
class.
would you go, and what subject would you teach?
Oh my god, this is really something, isn't it? Can I go with devices? Can I
It
go with my
depends on the era
smartphone?
you're dropping.
Oh
Okay,
no, definitely. I'm going to be going to pre 1960.
no, it has to be further than that.
Okay, further than that.
Uh,
Okay, so like the 1800s.
okay,
Oh, but wouldn't they kill me because I'm a woman?
that says
They will say I'm a witch
it.
if I'm trying to teach people in 1800s as a
No,
woman.
that's
I
an
mean,
issue though.
it's a
Just
big
pointing
issue.
how the world has changed
It
though,
has,
and
and
we are
the funny thing
having
is
more
that
women do stuff.
the improvement we say is so much because you compare it to back then, but it's really not that much. Women still face a lot of discrimination. We still face quite a number of challenges that
Okay.
men do not
Okay,
face.
that's not what we're talking about today. So what subject would you be teaching there?
I think it would definitely have something to do with health. So
Okay.
there was this subject they took us in primary school where they taught us to wash our
Health,
hands.
is it health
I think it's
education? The
health
health, yeah,
education,
health
yeah. So
education.
it would definitely have to do with that because I would want them to be healthy and wash their food,
Okay.
wash their hands,
Okay.
and
And where will it be? Where?
where?
Yeah.
In Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Oh,
Okay. Don't want to
definitely,
go
yeah.
somewhere else.
Nah, white
Okay. All
people
right,
don't
no
care.
problem. All right. So the second one, can you recall a funny or embarrassing tech related incident from your early
Oh
days
my
of
god,
teaching or learning?
yes, I can. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Okay.
Okay, let's hear
So
it. Come on.
so I used to work at another edtech company.
Okay.
I had a list of prospects because I'm in sales. I've always been in sales. I had a list of prospects I had to contact, and I was feeling very tired. I just wanted to go home. It was a Friday. I just wanted to go home and hang out with my friends. And I think there were about 40 of them. And I was supposed to send the same email
To the
to
40
each
of
and
them.
everyone. You know where this is going.
Okay,
You know
let
where
me
this
just
is going. So I had sent the same email to each and every one of them. And then I was like, "Ah, now why can't I just, you know?
that's crazy
Yeah.
though.
So I put all of them in the same two,
Yeah.
the two section, and then I just sent all of them the same email at the same time. And within, because my boss was CC'd in the email,
Oh,
and within less than 30 seconds, my boss called me, and
what's
he was
going
just
on?
raking that what's happening. So why did I say Jesus Christ? I was that day. I tried and tried. I tried to figure out how to record it,
Yeah.
but time had already passed. So I couldn't recall it and
I think
everything.
the best
So
thing is just maybe send an apology email
yes, that
like
was what
sorry,
I did. So I ended up even working longer than
than
I
what you
would have.
avoided. Or maybe you would
Exactly.
have just done dear John, dear Peter, dear okay. Really sorry you had
No,
to
it's
experience that.
okay. It's
I mean
okay. It's a learning
you've learned from
experience.
that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So the third one, if digital innovations were ice cream flavors, what flavor would AI, VR, and online learning be? And which one would you prefer?
Hmm. Okay, I feel like AI would be like a mix of like a swirl of all the flavors because
Okay.
it's basically touches on everything. I feel that VR, I don't know why. I feel like VR will be strawberry flavor. I
Okay.
don't know. And it's funny because I don't like strawberry flavored ice cream. But I do like VR. I feel
Okay.
like VR will be strawberry. Then Internet of Things would be vanilla
Okay.
because it's more
Still fair.
hardware things. Then who else?
AI. Okay, you mentioned AI.
Yeah, it would be like a
Like,
swirl of
okay,
everything.
that's blockchain. Blockchain.
Hmm. Blockchain would be like mint ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but which is your favorite now?
Hmm. Okay, typically I think out of all of them I'll go with vanilla.
Vanilla. Okay.
Yeah,
You like vanilla?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
interesting. We now
Yeah.
know. All right. So the next one. What is your favorite educational app or learning platform, and why do you think is a game changer for students?
Oh wow. HESED Learning
Okay,
is
definitely.
no, but because
It's okay.
HESED Learning is my best educational software platform. Why I love it is because the company we offer everything. Okay, we're not like other companies where you want content, they don't have content, you have to go somewhere else, or they have a school management system, they don't really have results. And no, we have everything in one place. So if you whatever function, and the good thing is that we give you agency, so we are building a specialized system for you from ground up, so you have agency regards what functionalities
That's
and
interesting.
features, right? So you have that agency like to pick, oh, I want this feature, it's just like going shopping,
Yeah,
but
I think I've
in
been on your platform and I
yeah,
can testify to that. Yeah,
yeah,
so you should try out Headset. You're a parent or you're a school owner. I think you should
yeah,
try Headset.
yeah. And
Just
then
give it a try.
for the kids, we also have the content. We have the UTME past questions, SSC past questions, IGCSE past questions, and we are getting more. We have so much content, and these past questions dates back. Sorry,
Sorry.
they dates back 30 years. Okay, so it's quite enough, and they are broken down topic by topic. So what we try, because we are a big believer of
Sorry.
scaffolding. So, given that you know how scaffolding works in education,
Okay.
where you treat this today, and then tomorrow you're treating this, which is it, you're taking some parts of this. This is
Got
like this first step, second step,
take it over.
third step,
Okay.
fourth. So we've been able to break down our content topic by topic, so that children can learn
All right,
step
that's
by
quite
step.
interesting. So
Yeah,
it's left for you to try that out. Okay.
yeah.
All right. The next one. What is your favorite social media platform? Your favorite social media platform?
That's my favorite would be. Is Reddit a social media platform? Not really, no.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
in a
it?
way, but not
Not
really interactive
really. Not
one.
interactive.
So
Not
you,
interactive. So do I have to speak something interactive?
yeah, that's why it's social.
Okay, okay. So wow, this is harder than I thought.
You have
Um,
Twitter. Okay, you have X,
X.
formerly Twitter. You have
Um,
Instagram. You have LinkedIn. You have
I think I'll
Facebook.
go with Instagram.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So why do you like the videos? You're a
I
video
can
person.
shop. I
Okay,
buy dresses
okay,
and shoes
interesting.
on Instagram. So yeah.
Do you have a sad story with an Instagram vendor?
It what?
Do you want to talk
Oh
about?
my god,
Okay, let's not
yes.
go there. All right. So traditional or continental dishes.
Hmm. Oh my god, this is hard because I love food. Um, I think I'll go with Continental because they have
Okay.
more range.
Okay.
So I could try something from Korea, from
Okay.
China, from um, you know, I don't know,
You
Somalia.
don't you don't love a bar.
I
Egusi,
love it, but what I'm saying
Edikai
is,
Kong,
if I was to pick,
Afang.
I love them. I
That's
absolutely
variety. You
love
said they
them.
don't have
No,
range.
it's
Okay, okay,
more. It's
okay,
more
okay,
because you can pick from.
okay.
Yeah.
So if you have a historical figure to create an educational app or
Yeah.
platform, who would it be, and what kind of app would
Oh,
it
to
be?
create an app.
Yeah.
Hmm. Wow. To create an app, I would like to work with Jack Dorsey.
Okay.
I don't know if I pronounced that well. Because I've seen what he did with
Twitter.
Twitter, and it was actually quite good. I feel like he didn't just build, he listened while building. And I think that's very, very important for you to know what people actually want and give it to them.
Are you
And
trying shirts on Mark or
what?
Elon?
No, I'm not. No, no, no. But if he wants to build, definitely, yes, I'm open to it. But yeah, I think I will go with him because I like how Twitter was able to fulfill the
Yeah.
customer needs.
Yeah.
So yes, I
So what
would.
kind of educational app would you be building?
Oh, it would definitely be AI.
Okay.
It would
Wow.
be AI.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll let Elon Musk know that you've thrown a shed on him. And all right, so the next word. So what's the next big trend, tech trend in education we will be talking about in the next
AI.
decade?
AI tutors.
Okay. AI
Yeah,
teachers.
each child is going to have their own AI tutor.
All right.
If things go how things are supposed to go, I'm looking at, or I'm envisaging a future where each child has their own AI tutor that is personalized just for them, focused on their challenges, their needs, and their goals. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the last one but not the least.
Okay.
We've talked about work. We've talked about building an app and everything. So do you do anything outside of work? So what's your passion outside work?
Hmm. I think mostly what I like to do after work is spending time with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, my family is really fun. My mom is very funny. My brother is funny. So yeah, I enjoy spending time with them. I think,
Okay.
and my friends too. They are also awesome. So yeah, that's what I enjoy doing outside work.
Okay, that's interesting too.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even being so inquisitive. Okay, okay. Let's say aside from starting with your family, maybe an
Okay.
activity you do
Okay.
outside of work.
Um, I like to play around with software.
Okay, that's still
Yeah.
work related.
It is. No,
Do
it's
you ever
not.
stop working?
No, playing with software is not work.
Okay, what kind of?
Oh, like okay, like when I have extra money to just throw away, I buy like Mid Journey subscription and I just play around with it.
And that's your definition of
I mean,
passion.
it's
Okay,
fun. It's
okay,
actually
it's okay,
very
it's
fun.
okay. I think we should be calling you a Texas
No.
more often. All right, so I just went through the chat section. Okay, Amelia helped us with the Google Developers Code Labs. I think that's what you were looking for the other time. I
No.
think that's where people can build those stuffs on or something.
If I can check my phone, I'll be able to get the
Okay,
name. Can I check it now
yeah, I
on
think
air?
we can put it on the chat
Okay.
section later on, and
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so
I
you
can
can.
just check it in a few seconds. Doesn't matter. Sorry, can I have my phone, please? Thank you. Thanks. Just a few seconds. Sorry. Sorry, I just want because it's just nagging in my head. So, but there's no more question, right?
Yeah. So just another reaction from okay, here is Glorico talented. Kudos. Thank you very much. I'm happy you all enjoy
Dialogue
the
flow,
conversations. Dialogue
dialogue
to
flow,
flow.
dialogue flow. Yes,
Okay,
that's
okay.
it.
I think I'll
That's
I'll
it.
check more on that
Yeah.
dialogue flow.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah, it's been really interesting having this conversation. Before we wrap this, what are your final words? Let me not say last words because we're not losing you anytime soon. Your final words before we wrap this up.
Okay, my final words is definitely for you to try out our platform, mostly for you to come contact us for a consultation. If you're a school, let's know what your goals are and let's help you build towards those goals. And if you're a parent with a child preparing for SSC, UTME, any exam, you can just go to hesedlearning.com and you can be able to buy courses. And the courses are cheap. I know they're on sale now, going for as cheap as I think about 400 naira for a course. So quite very, very cheap. So and once they get it, they have access for 12 months.
No, that's cool.
I know 409 for 12 months is such a deal. So just go on hesedlearning.com. We have mathematics, English, whatever it is, and then just buy it for your child. And they can be able to study on their phone, on their tabs, wherever, and they will download the app to be able to do so. And if you're a school, just hit us up for a consultation. Let's help you build your own specialized functional com.
Yeah, quite interesting. Thank you very much for
You're
being here in the studio to
welcome.
do justice to this very interesting
You're
conversation.
welcome.
Yes, it's been tech rounds for the past couple of minutes, and I can tell you it's been all sorts of interaction and insights. I'm sure you've learned a couple of things you wanted clarification on, or new things you've also learned. And if you still want to connect with us beyond this platform when we go off, you can reach out to Cynthia on LinkedIn. She likes Instagram, but you can reach out she can reach out to her on LinkedIn at Cynthia Nwanneka. Yeah, she will pop up. Okay, well, once you see a yellow complexion of light skin, or that's her. And then yeah, you can reach out to me, Emmanuel Amogu, on LinkedIn too. Then follow us on all social media platforms. Okay, follow subscribe to our YouTube platform, so that when we have subsequent session with innovators, you can always get the notification. You can always join us for such interactions. It's Tech Build Africa everywhere on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, now X, Tech Build Africa. And thank you very much for being part of this conversation. For everyone that has made this possible backstage and on stage, yeah, I want to say thank you very much. And till we meet some other time, I would say
Definitely.
adios and do have a lovely day. Thank you very
Bye.
much.